How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel for a very exciting video as we have confirmation that there is going to be an open world Star Wars game coming from Ubisoft. You're hearing that right. Wired have come out and announced that Lucasfilm Games will be joining forces with Ubisoft to deliver us something that we have wanted to see for God knows how long. Now, I just want to start off with a quick apology if I'm a little bit quiet in this video. It's like 1 AM here right now. They really dropped this news quite late in Australia, so just bear with me on that one. But anyway, we will be getting an open world Star Wars game, and apparently this is just the beginning, so we have some seriously exciting stuff to talk about in this video. Now, I did originally have a video planned to go up today, but that's going to be coming out tomorrow instead, as this was just too big of a deal to ignore, so no messing about, let's just dive straight into this. So the article kicks off stating, today Lucasfilm Games announced that it's entering a partnership with Ubisoft to create an open world Star Wars game. The title will be developed by Ubisoft's Massive Entertainment, marking the first time that a company outside of EA has produced a Star Wars game since Disney acquired Lucasfilm in 2012, ending nearly 8 years of exclusivity. Also in the works is a new Indiana Jones game to be developed by Bethesda Game Studios, a newcomer to Lucasfilm's and Disney's properties. So this is extremely exciting news. Some of my favorite open world games come from Ubisoft titles, so this is just music to my ears right now. I can't really express how hyped I am for this already. It probably doesn't sound like it because I am drop dead tired. Like I said, it's like 1 AM here right now. But anyway, the article continues on saying, let's start with Star Wars. Development on this new title is still very early. Massive is still recruiting for the project, so details are sparse. Julian Geraghty, I think that's how you pronounce it, director of The Division 2 and the crew, will serve as the game's creative director, and the title will use Massive's Snowdrop engine. Beyond that, Lucasfilm Games hasn't revealed anything about the characters or setting within the Star Wars universe that the game will feature. So obviously, we are still in very early days and we don't know much. I am personally hoping that this is the bounty hunter game that we've all wanted, and I think that is probably the most likely option considering all the hype surrounding bounty hunters with the success of The Mandalorian, and that being the talk of the town. So this is really exciting to see. A lot of people have speculated that this could be something we see in future, but I think most of us had reality slap us in the face and we just kind of knew that it was never going to happen, but I'm happy to report that we were proven wrong, thankfully. Now, the next part of this article is extremely exciting, so I'm just going to recite the article here and just give you my thoughts. It says, while EA had previously suggested that the company would have exclusivity on Star Wars games for 10 years, it seemed like either way that was misstated or the clock has run out early. Lucasfilm would not confirm for Wired either way. Regardless, EA will keep making games in the future, but Lucasfilm Games is free to seek other partners. So that alone, just wow. The Star Wars license has been expanded to publishers that just aren't EA, which I think is a fantastic idea. Now, it does go on further saying, EA has been and will continue to be a very strategic and important partner for us now and going forward. But we did feel like there's room for others. I can't really believe that this has actually happened, to be honest. EA were supposed to hold full exclusivity rights to make Star Wars games until 2023, but it's been cut short. But EA are still in on making Star Wars games. This means franchises like Battlefront, Fallen Order can continue with EA, whilst other publishers bring us other unique titles, and I think this is just the perfect way to run things. I am really stoked about this, and I can't wait to see what else unfolds and what games get revealed. Now, apologies for reciting a lot of this article, but there is just a lot here that we need to cover. Now, Kathleen Kennedy also made a statement regarding this, and this is what she had to say. As we look to the next 50 years of Lucasfilm, we look forward to continuing the wonderful legacy in games, which has introduced so many memorable characters and stories. These new collaborations will allow the Lucasfilm Games team to pursue fresh and exciting directions in the storytelling of Star Wars and Indiana Jones in imaginative and different ways than those explored by our films. So, you know, even the top dogs at Lucasfilm are chiming in on this, which I think is great to see. Now, this has pretty much confirmed what I myself speculated on in my last video. Lucasfilm Games running the show as opposed to just EA, and a bunch of other publishers can get in on Star Wars games and let creation just run wild. This is the best move that they could have made for Star Wars games, like straight up, man. Now, these games won't all run alongside other Star Wars media such as the Disney Plus shows, but it's not off the table, which I think is good. However though, I would like to see some tie-ins, but not everything needs to be. But they definitely need to tie something into The Mandalorian. I think that could really be the only exception. Now moving on, this comment here by the VP of Lucasfilm Games says what is just literally music to my ears. He said, "This new non-exclusive arrangement for Star Wars games as well as the rest of Lucasfilm's library of franchises leaves open the door for developers to pitch their own ideas for stories to Lucasfilm Games. We get no shortage of folks knocking on our door wanting to play with our toys." This basically means that there are going to be a ton of Star Wars games coming our way from various publishers. Everybody wants in on the Star Wars name and to have a mess around in the Star Wars playground. So we are in for a really exciting future for Star Wars games. Now, the co-founder and CEO of Ubisoft also chimed in on this entire thing by saying, "The Star Wars galaxy is an amazing source of motivation for our teams to innovate and push the boundaries of our medium. Building new worlds, characters, and stories that will become lasting parts of the Star Wars lore is an incredible opportunity for us, and we are excited to have our Ubisoft massive studio working closely with Lucasfilm Games to create an original Star Wars adventure that is different from anything that has been done before." So, different from anything that has been done before, that's enough for me to be sold, to be honest. The fact that we're going to be getting that elusive Star Wars open world sandbox that we have all wanted for years and years, but just never got it due to cancellations. This fills me with so much confidence for the direction that Lucasfilm Games are going with Star Wars games with their publishers. But the final section of the article that I wanted to discuss quickly is this. It says, "A single story-driven game can take up to dozens of hours. An open world game, like the kind Ubisoft is making with Lucasfilm Games, can potentially push into the hundreds of hours depending on how long a player wants to explore." That really leans into why we are doing what we're doing, because these are massive entertainment experiences that last many hours, much longer than film. So what I gather from that is this game is intended to be huge, not just a complete single player experience that comes and goes, something that will really allow us to invest some serious time into the game, and I think we can all agree when I say that we could all spend endless hours in a Star Wars sandbox. Actually, I think many of us would like to spend all of our hours in there, to be honest. So hopefully they fulfill their ambitions with this game and we get something that really is impressive and delivers on what they think they're gonna do. Count me in, I am sold. But to summarize all of this, this is just probably the best news we have ever had for Star Wars games, at least since, the last few years. 2021 really has started off right for Star Wars games, and I mean it when I say it. The future of Star Wars games has never looked brighter and more exciting than it does right now. And it is so needed, and I am really relieved that some really good decision making is clearly being done. I've kind of gotten my wish. EA are probably going to hold onto the Battlefront and Fallen Order franchise, but other publishers are going to be able to deliver on the games that they do best, and it's going to be starting with an open world game from Ubisoft. I am really happy with this. This is the exact announcement that I was hoping for. It's just a shame that they dropped the news at midnight here in Australia, and my eyeballs are falling out of my head right now. But I want to know what you guys think of this announcement. I imagine you're all super hyped to hear this, so make sure you go ahead and let me know your thoughts down in those comments below. I will have videos following up on this in the coming days. I just wanted to quickly get this one out with my thoughts. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed with those notifications on, as we are in for some really exciting times. 2021 is shaping up to be just a huge year for Star Wars games, and I cannot wait to go on the ride with you guys. But that is going to do it for me today. Thank you all for dropping by. I'm going to go to sleep, and I'll catch you all in the next one.